Unbelievable. Speaking of unbelievable, down in Victoria, you've now got some of the highest paid MPs in the country. You've certainly got the best paid Premier in the country in Daniel Andrews. They've just been given a 3.5% pay rise by the Remuneration Tribunal down there, which means the Premier will go to $481,000 a year, which isn't a bad wicket, and $198,000 for a backbench MP. This, of course, in the state that has one of the highest levels of tax-supported debt in the world, 202.52%, which puts them ahead of Quebec, it puts them ahead of Germany, all over the world. This is one of the most indebted places on the entire planet. And of course, well, the politicians, they need a pay rise, because have you seen a pay rise recently? Here's Daniel Andrews defending this pay rise.
It is an independent process. We do not set our own wages, and I think that is far preferable.
Now, he is right. It is an independent process. It's not like the politicians give themselves the pay rise. It does come from the Independent Remuneration Tribunal, and we probably should note that the pay rise is half the rate of inflation, so it's not excessive. But in the context of they're making pretty good money when a lot of other people are really struggling to get by, I don't think it's unfair to ask that perhaps Daniel Andrews donates his pay rise to charity or disperses it to other people. It's not like he really needs it, is it?
Well, it's incredible that you can destroy the state's finances, you can institute the world's longest lockdown, you can make a mess of the hospital system, you can have the whiff of corruption everywhere, and as your reward, you get another pay rise. It's pretty hard to cop. I mean, but can you really... I mean, Victorians could have voted them out last November, but they said, no, we want more of this. So can they really complain?
I wonder if they'd have voted them back in if they knew that they were all going to get this pay rise,
Sure.
Especially while the rest of the state is burning, trying to pick itself up off its feet, thanks to the desolation brought about by the longest lockdown in the world. But keeping in mind that dreadful budget that Palace handed down just last month, as you've already covered off, the state's debt is astronomical. But Palace also said that they were going to axe 4,000 public servants to hand the government back $2.1 billion. So we all said, oh, great, there's a little bit of saving and cutting off dead wood. Turns out it looks like they're just funneling that back into their pay rises. Cut the dead wood, give us the money otherwise. I mean, how does this make any sense?
There were a couple of footballers in Brisbane, senior footballers, who went to the coach and said, you know what, we're not performing well, so we suggest you drop us to the reserve grade until we find form. Imagine if a politician said, you know what, we haven't done a great job, so we're going to just push hold on this pay rise and maybe look at it again when we improve our performance a little bit. Wouldn't that be an amazing thing, Caleb?
I reckon I'd give up drinking before that ever happened. But there's no reason that a politician can't say, well, at the moment, I'm taking a public stand. I don't deserve this pay rise. I'm either going to say, no, don't give it to me, or I'm going to redistribute it when I get it. I mean, wouldn't that just be a lovely show of faith to the public?
Oh, it'd be a much better optics.
I acknowledge that you're doing it hard. I've got a pretty good pay rate at the moment.
Give it to food bank or something.
Exactly. Just do
loud.
something nice for the world when people are struggling. Would just send a message that they maybe get it for once in a while.
Maybe a people of the people.
Oh, you can't believe that, could you?